Yeah,
All
I got
right.
it.
Welcome, everybody. I love that quote about community. We don't heal in isolation, but in community. I think that's a great thing to remember as we're going through this practice today. And then also after we leave this practice today, kind of throughout your day, just to remind yourself of the community you're part of here. And hopefully, we're all creating some good connections and habits with each other. We're going to do a little breathing work today. We're going to use something called candle breath, and it's a nice way to connect with the breath. So, we're just going to spend about 5 minutes doing some breathing. So, I want to invite everybody. If you're sitting in a chair, you can either use the back of the chair or couch, or you can scoot to the front of the chair to be able to have a little more of a balance challenge. And I like to always, when you're starting, I like to start by grounding your body on the surfaces that you're touching. So with your feet, connect with the floor. I'm connecting with my fuzzy slippers because it's cold, and the floor. Connect the surface that you're sitting on, whether you're getting support underneath your hips and thighs, or if you're connecting with the back of the chair or couch. And then also, before we get started, just think about creating a little length in your spine, bringing the crown of your head towards the ceiling as you get ready for some breath work. So, the candle breath is a way to use imagery to move air in your body. And so, what I want you to do, we're going to do a little bit with eyes open, and then I'll invite you to close your eyes if you'd like. I want you to start by just doing a natural inhale and an exhale, and just notice where your breath is going. On the next one, I want you to envision that there's a candle in front of you. You may even want to have a finger or two fingers up and just kind of notice the air as it moves. And just go ahead and breathe in through your nose. And then as you exhale through your mouth, notice the air moving on your finger. So you can either keep that the same way with your finger up, or you can drop your hand down on your lap. And we're going to keep doing some breath work. And we're going to imagine that where our finger is a little candle with a little flickering flame at the top of it. So I want you to, if it's comfortable for you, either I invite you to close your eyes or find a soft gaze with your eyes. And we're going to go ahead and inhale and exhale. And as you breathe in and out, I want you to imagine as you inhale that you're pulling the flame of the candle towards you. And as you exhale, the candle flame will move away from you. And then try to lengthen your breath and bring another inhale in, moving the candle flame towards you as you draw air in, and then pushing the candle away from you, that flickering flame, as you exhale through your mouth. Do a few more of those, just invoking that candle image. And as you inhale, moving the flame towards you. And as you exhale, pushing the candle flame away. Another inhale, try to lengthen a little bit more, deeper in your body. And then exhale, making that flame move with your breath. And then inhale and exhale. And on the next inhale, I want you to think of somebody that you care about, that you want to send a good wish to. And as you inhale, I want you to draw that flame towards you. And then as you exhale, I want you to blow the candle out, sending that wish to the person that's most important to you in this moment. All right. So that is a nice little way to practice a short bit of breath work as you're working on your yoga, mindfulness, and joining this community. I'm going to turn it over to Raquel. She's going to move us in our physical practice today. So she is up next.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you, Peggy. I feel very, very calm. We are going to build on and practice some more the chair yoga poses that we have done the previous 3 weeks. But if you're new here today, no worries. We'll do it together as a community. So we're going to start by sitting squarely in your chair. If you need some props to bring the floor up toward you, I have a yoga block, but if you don't have that, you can use a thick book, maybe even a blanket that is folded up so that your feet are up a little bit higher. And then also you might like a strap. So if you've seen, this is just a gait or transfer belt that you may have from your rehab. You can use any kind of strap. Sometimes it helps to raise the other arm, or if you need to make your arms longer so that you can reach your foot, you can use that. And I will give you some verbal cues and some examples of how to adjust your posture or adjust your position as you need it. So we're going to start with mountain pose, sitting in the chair. You're going to start with your feet pressing firmly into the floor. Make sure your hips are square in the chair. I want you to take a breath in and reach up tall through the top of your head, like you're a tall mountain, getting a little bit taller. With your feet and your legs press firmly into the floor. And then with your arms, you can even reach your fingertips toward the floor. So you have this energy that's coming up taller and then grounding you down. So let's take 2 breaths here. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your nose. So a little bit different than that candle breath we were just doing. You're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Now we're going to add some movement with this breath. So coming out of mountain pose, we'll come back to that mountain pose again throughout the session. With your breath in, I want you to reach your shoulders up toward the ceiling, up toward your ears, and on your exhale, squeeze them back and down. Just warming up those shoulders and working on coordinating your breath and your movement together. So inhale, reach your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades back and down. And we'll do 3 more like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, squeeze back and down. Inhale, reach the shoulders up. Exhale, squeeze back and down. Once more, inhale, reach the shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. Come back to your mountain pose. We're going to do a little bit of neck range of motion. So I want you to start by just turning your chin over the right shoulder and then coming back to the center. Now we're going to move to the left. Turn your head to the left. And then exhale as you come back. So we'll do that a few more times. Inhaling, shoulder to the right shoulder. Exhaling back to the center. Inhale to the left shoulder. Exhale to the right. We'll go one more time to each side. Inhale right. Exhale back to the center. And inhale to the left. Exhale back to the center. Now we're going to bring ear to the shoulder. So drop your head to one side. I'm moving my head to the right. You can go either way. We're going to go both directions. And then come back up to the middle. And now tilt your head to the left ear to left shoulder. And then come back up to the center. Once more on each side. Inhale. And then exhale back to the center. Inhale, ear to shoulder. And exhale back to the center. Beautiful. Reach your arms up. Now I want you to scoop up a whole bunch of sunshine, maybe some snow today. Big deep breath in. And then on the exhale, let your arms float down. We're going to do this 4 more times to make 5 total. So inhale, scoop up some snow. Exhale, let your arms float down. And again, we're moving with our breath here. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, float down. Once more, inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, float down. Now, if you have one arm that is not moving the way the other arm is, feel free to help your hand along. So now we're going to bring both arms up and then lean over to the side. So if you need to help that arm, you can reach it up. If it doesn't move, if you don't have that range of motion, just leave your arm in your lap and imagine that that arm is reaching up. Hold on to one wrist and lean over to the side. Pull over to the side. If your balance isn't good enough to hold you here, you can bring that arm down, holding on to the chair. And now with a big inhale, reach up for the sky, come back up to the middle and let that arm come down. And sit for just a minute. We're stretching the side body here. So we're going to inhale, reach both arms up. Hold on to the opposite arm this time and pull over, stretching from your armpit to your hip. Make sure your hip stays secure in the chair. If you need to hold on for balance, hold on to the chair with one hand. And then inhale, come up tall, and then come back down. So we're going to do this side body stretch one more time to each side. Inhale, reach your arms up. You can help that arm along with one hand. Lean over to the side, stretching from your armpit to your hip, keeping your hips secure on the chair. And then on an inhale, reach up high toward the ceiling, and exhale, bring your arms down. I'm going to do that once more to the opposite side. I'm moving to my left. So reach up, lean over, stretching from the armpit to the hip, feeling that rib cage stretch to the side. And then with your next inhale, reach up tall and bring both arms down. Beautiful. So come back to your mountain pose again. Plant your feet on the floor. Nice long spine. Hopefully you'll be an inch taller by the time we're through. Now we're going to place our hands on our knees and move through what's called a cat-cow. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what my spine is doing, but you just stay seated in your chair the way you are. So we're going to, on the breath in, you're going to lift your chest up and squeeze the back of your shoulder blades together. You can put a little arch in your back. In physical therapy, we call this extension. And then on your exhale, you're going to round your back, putting more space between your shoulder blades. Here, you can even let your shoulders come up towards your ears and really round your back. This is the cat pose, and this is like a mad Halloween cat. So we're going to inhale, chest moves forward, squeeze the backs of your shoulder blades together, lift your chin up, and then on your exhale, you're going to round your back. See if you can look down toward your belly button. And then you're going to inhale, lift everything up. Good. And then exhale, round your back. We're going to do 2 more times this way, moving with your breath. Inhale, lifting, extending that spine, squeeze the shoulder blades. And then exhale, round back. And last one, inhale, cow pose. And then exhale, round your back like a mad cat. On your next inhale, come up to a tall, straight position, coming back to mountain pose. Good. Now we're going to go through, let me see how I'm doing on time. We're going to go through a few sun salutations and then move on to legs. So we're going to reach your arms up with a big inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. If you are able, you can let your head drop down. If that doesn't feel good for your balance, just keep your head straight. We're going to take a breath in and come halfway up, and then exhale, fold all the way forward. You can bring your arms back up to your knees, and then with a very straight spine, I want you to squeeze your buttocks together and push up to a tall seated position. And we'll do that 2 more times. So we're going to inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, we're going to swan dive forward. So use your belly muscles, fold forward. If you need your hands, put your hands on your knees. If you're able to, you can let your head just hang down, rock it side to side. If your head doesn't tolerate that, keep your head in line with your spine. We're going to inhale, come halfway up, making your spine nice and straight. Exhale, fold forward again. And then on your next inhale, you can press up with your hands, make your spine nice and straight, and squeeze your buttock muscles to pull yourself all the way up. Good. Once more, inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, you can swan dive forward, or you can put your hands on your lap, or you can use your giant dog as a prop. Okay, then put your hands down. We're going to take a breath in, come halfway up, nice flat spine, and then exhale, folding forward. Bring your hands to your knees and give yourself a little press up with a nice straight spine, squeezing your buttock muscles as you come all the way up. Good. Come back to your mountain pose again. Catch your breath if you need to catch your breath. We're going to move now to your legs and our hips and do a knee to chest. So I want you to grab one leg and pull your knee up toward your chest. If this isn't available to you, you can use a prop. You could put your block up and put your foot on that. Or you can just imagine. You can hold your leg however you need to. So we're going to hold that foot up and make some circles with your ankle. And then circle the opposite direction. Now hold on underneath your leg and stretch that foot out straight. So I'm going to turn a little bit to the side so you can see. Okay. And stretch that leg. If this is not available to you, you can use your strap. Put a strap around your foot and hold onto it. Another option would be to come forward to the edge of your chair and just let your foot rest on the floor with your knees straight. What we want here is a stretch to the back of the leg, the hamstring muscle. So wherever you are, if you're here, hold it for another breath, and then bend that knee and let it come back down to your mountain pose position. And just notice how that leg that you just stretched feels compared to the other leg. All right, now we're going to move to the opposite leg. Pull that knee up toward your chest. Make some circles with your ankle. Go one direction first, and then move the opposite way. Move your hands to the back of your leg, or get your strap ready, or set your foot on the floor. And we're going to stretch that leg out straight. If you pull your toes back, you're going to get more of a stretch across the calf. Hold it there. We're going to breathe in and out. So the last one we held for about 30 seconds. And we're going to do the same for this one. Keep breathing. See if you can let your shoulders relax. And then when you're ready, exhale and pull that knee back in. Come back down to your mountain pose position again. All right, next stretch for the hip, we're going to do a figure 4 stretch. So this is going to stretch those muscles deep inside the back part of your hip. So we're going to start out by lifting one knee up, and you're going to put that lifted knee, you're going to put the ankle over the opposite knee. Some people call this a tailor position. This is a great position to put on your shoes. You can inspect your feet here. You can give your foot a little massage. Separate your toes. Our feet need some good attention. They carry us a lot of places. Okay, now let's focus on that stretch for your hip. So if this is too intense for you, you can lean back a little bit, or the leg that is supporting the stretchy leg, you can stretch it out in front to make it less intense. If you want more of a stretch, sit up nice and tall, and then you can bend forward. Think of hinging forward with a straight back so that you're getting that stretch across that deep part of your hip muscle. Okay, and we're going to hold this here. Let's hold it for 3 more breaths. This is a great one, especially if you have to sit for a long time. It really helps. Okay, now to get out of this position, lean back. You can lower the supporting leg and then gently take that leg off. You always want to come out of your pose as carefully and thoughtfully as you got into it. So just notice how that feels. Notice how the stretched side feels compared to the unstretched side. And now we'll do the other leg. So bring that knee up toward your chest. Carefully place that ankle over the knee. And then here you can flex your foot to give a little support to that knee. Remember, if this is too intense for you, you can always lean back. That'll take off some of the stretch. You can straighten or lower the supporting leg. You can also just cross below the knee, across the shin. So many options here. And let's give that foot a little attention. Look at the sole of the foot, see if how your skin looks. You can look between the toes. And then if you want a little bit more stretch for your hip, you can lean forward with a straight back. So you're hinging forward at your hips. And we'll stay here for another breath or two, giving that muscle time to relax. And then lean back. We're going to come out of this position. So lifting that leg, coming out the way we got in very thoughtfully, and then place that foot down, coming into a tall seated position, into your mountain pose. All right, next we're going to move into a pose called Warrior Two. So there are a couple of variations for this one. The pose has one knee bent and one knee straight. So I'm going to I don't have arms on my chair, so I'm going to scoot back so that my bent leg is fully supported, and then my back leg is going to move straight. I'm going to step on my dog's tail. Okay. So this is one variation of the pose. You want your shoulders and hips to be in line, and then your arms are out straight like a letter T. We're going to look over the bent leg arm, which on me, this is my right side. So my bent leg arm and my head are pointing in the same direction. Now, a modification for this would be to not have that back leg so straight and maybe just have both legs bent. Focus more on your posture and getting the arm and the head looking in the same direction, the bent leg and the head in the same direction. So I'm going to move back to the position. So here is our Warrior Two. From here, I'm going to flip my arm, my bent leg arm up toward the ceiling, and I'm going to reach it up as high as I can, and the back arm is going to come down to touch the straight leg. So here I'm getting a nice stretch through my trunk. My head is looking up if I can. If not, you can keep your gaze straight ahead, or you can look kind of under that armpit. If this arm doesn't move up, you can just leave it down and turn your head, doing what you can with the opportunities given to you. Good. Now we're going to come back, switch your arms back to the letter T position, coming back to that warrior two. Lower your arms down and let's carefully bring that straight leg, come back to the front so that you're in your mountain pose. And breathe here for a moment. So now we're going to do that warrior two pose on the other side. So the other side may be totally different. You may not be able to get there. You may be able to do the full expression of the pose. And that's fabulous. Okay. So we're going to adjust ourselves so that you can get that back leg straight. Front leg is bent. Remember, the other options are just to have the front leg bent. Make sure you have good contact with the floor. Arms out like the letter T, shoulders and hips in the same plane. So that means they're pointing the same way. All right, hold this here. Look out over your middle finger of the arm that's extended out on the side of the bent knee. And breathe here for a few breaths. See if you can lower your shoulders down, maybe pull your belly in a little bit. Hold this position. Now we're going to move into our reverse warrior. So you're going to flip your hand up, the hand of the bent knee up, and then you're going to reach it up toward the ceiling, giving yourself that good side body stretch like we did earlier. The back hand is going to go toward that back leg. It can lightly rest on there, not a lot of pressure. Breath in and out. And then come back to your warrior two position and lower your arms down. We're going to come back into our mountain pose. All right, we're going to go through warrior two and reverse warrior on each side again, and we'll go through it a little bit more quickly. So kind of shift yourself in your chair so that you have support on that leg. Stretch the back leg behind you, arms out to the side like a letter T, and look over the bent leg hand. Breathe here 3 times. Breath in, breath out. With every breath out, see if you can drop your shoulders down. With every breath in, lift up a little bit taller. One more breath in and out. Now flip your hand and reach it up toward the ceiling. Let the back hand come down lightly on that leg. Breathing in and out. Every breath in, reach a little taller. Every breath out, see if you can settle into the pose. Now flip your hands and come back to the letter T. Beautiful. And then lower your arms. Carefully bring that leg back in and sit to face forward. Good job. Okay, last side. So get yourself positioned so that your bent leg is supported by the chair. Stretch your back leg behind you. Arms out like the letter T. Look out over that bent leg hand. Breathe here 3 breaths. On the inhale, come up as tall as you can. On the exhale, let your shoulders soften. Let your gaze soften. Next breath in, pull your belly in a little bit. And then one more breath in and out. Flip your hand. Reach up toward the ceiling. Let the back hand softly touch the leg. Good. Come back to your warrior two. Bring your arms down and pull that leg back around so that you're facing front again. Take a moment to breathe here. Next, we're going to move into our goddess pose. So for this one, we're going to come up onto our tippy toes. Lift those heels up like you're wearing high heels. And we're going to walk our legs out so that our knees are apart. We get a little stretch on that inner thigh. And now press your heels down into the floor so that your knees are flat. You may need to come to the front of the chair if the seat is a little wide. So legs out to the side. I want you to squeeze your hip muscles in the back so that your knees pull back a little bit more. So we're really activating everything. Like if somebody pulled the chair out from underneath you, I want you to be able to stay in this position. That would be horrible if somebody took the chair out from us. Okay, and then bring your arms up like a cactus arm. On your breath in, I want you to squeeze your elbows back. See if you can pull the elbows back and at the same time pull your knees back. Squeeze those hips. So the whole backside of your body is squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then release and let your arms come down. Walk your legs in. Come back up onto your tippy toes to walk your legs in. Do what you need to do if you need to march it out a little bit. This is a challenging pose on your hips. So take good care of yourself. All right, we're going to do that again. We're going to come up on our tippy toes and walk our feet out. Drop the heels down. Bring your arms up like cactus arms. So you can start with your elbows close to your sides and then see if you can reach them up so that you're 90-90. We'll call this goalpost arms because it's Super Bowl season. All right, now we're going to squeeze those arms back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, squeeze your butt cheeks so that your knees come apart. Really squeeze that back side of your body, but keep yourself supported with a strong tummy muscles. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breathe in and out. And then let your elbows come down. Walk your feet back in on your tippy toes. March it out. All right, we're going to finish with a trunk twist, and then we'll finish with a big hug for ourselves. So coming up into tall sitting position, starting in that mountain pose, we're going to reach your hands over to one leg. I'm on my left leg right now. You can pick whichever one you like. And we're going to rotate, start moving your belly button across toward the side where your hands are. And now twist a little bit more with your shoulders. And then twist your chin like we did at the beginning of class, moving your chin toward your shoulder. And then with your eyes, move your eyes all the way around toward that side. See if you can see all the way back behind you. Stretch those eyeballs. Now bring your eyes back to the center, your head back to the center of your body, and then your body back to the center of the chair. Take a breath in and out and just notice how that stretched, that rotated side feels. And Kara, only do a little bit of this stretch. Don't do the big one. Kara is expecting a little human soon. We don't want her to twist. Okay, now we're going to move to the other side. So both hands to the opposite leg that you did. Going to rotate your belly button, move that belly button in between your hands, and begin to move your upper trunk. Turn your chin over your shoulder, and then turn your eyes. Try to look all the way around behind you. Imagine you're an owl. You're looking all the way around. And then bring your eyes back to the center of your head and your head back to the center of your body. And then your body back to the center of your chair. And just sit there for a moment. Beautiful. Now we're going to do a big community hug. So depending on how you have your screen set up, it might look like we're all reaching out and we can reach and touch each other's fingers. I want you to reach out and touch your neighbor on the screen. Reach out, reach out, reach out. And now we're going to give ourselves a big hug. Give yourselves a pat on the back. We are almost at the end of this chair yoga session and you guys look amazing. Now remember which arm is on top because we're going to switch it. So reach out, touch your neighbor again, be extroverted here. Yay. And then we're going to cross the opposite arm on top and give yourself a big hug. You can rub your back, rub your shoulders, or just give yourself a good loving pat. Wonderful. And then relax your arms down, let your shoulders roll a little bit. And we're just going to sit quietly for 5 breaths. So if you want to imagine that candle breath that Peggy did at the beginning, that would be fabulous. If you just want to focus on your breath at the nose, we're just going to, and I'm just going to give you the cue, breathe in, breathe out. So settle into your chair, get comfy. You can let your eyes close if you like, and breathe in through your nose, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And allow your breath to flow. Stay in this comfortable position because Kara is going to lead us in a meditation.
Yes. So we are going to do the drop of light meditation, or liquid gold, as I like to say it. So I want you to sit nice and tall. Make yourself comfortable if you want. You can have your back against the chair, or you can be up at the very tip of it as well. So I want you to have your hands on your knees, nice and tall, like you have a string pulling you from the top of your head all the way up. And you can have your hands either on your knees or rested in your lap, whatever's comfortable for you. And then I want you to find either a point in front of you that you can soften your gaze, or you can close your eyes. So I want you to imagine a single drop of liquid gold dropping from the crown of your head, going all the way through your body, down to the bottom of your toes. Just drop, 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 and it's slowly filling into your toes, into the bottom of your feet. Each drop going all the way through your body, filling up your ankles with this warm sunshine light. Goes up towards your calves, filling slowly into your knees, into your thighs. Big deep breath in and back out. Slowly filling nice and warm into your hips, all the way up into your abdomen and your belly. Slowly filling drop by drop into your chest, your shoulders, and then down into your fingertips. And I want you to just wiggle your fingertips just a little bit, filling each finger with warm, comforting light. Filling your wrists, your elbows, all the way back up to your shoulders. Take another deep breath and back out. Continue to fill up through your neck and your throat, to your cheeks and your face, all the way up to the very top, the crown of your head. Radiating a warm, comforting, sunshine-filled light. Let's take another deep breath in through your nose. Hold on to it, and then let it back out. We're going to sit for a couple of seconds, and I want you to focus on how your breath enters your body and how it exits. From the bottom of your toes all the way to the top of your head. Now I want you to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. You're capable. Just start waking your body up a little bit. Moving your shoulders, moving your hips back and forth, head. Coming back to the present moment. Alrighty, welcome back. Thought that was a wonderful little vacation we got to take with that. And thank you, Raquel, for that wonderful movement. Really
Yeah. My pleasure. Thank you. I feel very sunshiny and relaxed.
Yes, on this very cold day.
Yes.
Be appropriate.
All right. I'm going to click off on the record and we'll continue for a few more minutes.